What's the weirdest thing that turns you on? When the well-behaved girl swears. One of my more reserved friends in college who really tried to refrain from talking bad about people swore off cussing for some reason. She was cool with other people doing it, and we all did it around her, but she never did. One day I was talking to her in private about this one guy we couldn't stand, and she was like, look, you gotta promise not to tell anybody I said this. But that motherfucker. On the outside I kinda just treated it like a casual occurrence, so she wouldn't shy away from it. But inside I was like, hell yeah he is. Look, you gotta promise not to tell anybody I said this. But, that motherfucker. And you just broke your promise. J/K. I think this is anonymous enough. You've got a great Reddit name. When my wife vacuums while badly singing opera. r/Seden Lihilsum. r/found the gay potato 7. r/found cassis roll. Hey. Lmayo. Well, usually I get horny when I'm tired. And I'm kinda tired all the time. That sounds like I pick up line I should be using. A man being kind and caring. Like kissing me on the forehead. Casually patting my head. Or playing with my hair. Praising me in a non-sexual way. Obviously something went wrong in my childhood to make that turn me on. You are not the only one with this issue. When my husband is baby talking to the dogs and petting on them, or he sees someone in public that needs help and runs to help them, I get excited. Huh. That may explain some things. My ex and I many moons ago were having one of those stupid I don't know, whatever you want dinner quarrels. While walking in the city, a toddler lost his grip on a balloon and I immediately ran after it, jumped over a railing and caught it. Nothing remarkable. But you'd think I'd saved the kid from a burning building by how my ex reacted. It was almost terrifying. Like she was going to eat me. We ended up having pancakes for dinner. 8/10 Brinner is amazing. Raspy/hoarse voice. On the opposite end of the spectrum. Whenever my BF is looking particularly hot I adopt this deep manly voice. With a southern drawl. And say mmmmm. You're looking good enough to eat, boy. Apparently it sounds real, because he says it's creepy as F hearing that voice come out my mouth. And terrifying if I sneak up behind him and say it. Your poor boyfriend. Something about a girl's neck makes me wanna go all vampire on her. Hi there. I think we were meant to be. The way my ex used to get off his motorbike, take off his helmet and smile at me, I'd melt every F time. Would this still work if instead of a motorbike, it's a razor scooter? Asking for a friend. How's about a tricycle? I have extremely sensitive nipples because an FWB I had used to touch them all the time. But he used to love using my vibrator on me and pinching them, and I have smaller boob and don't like wearing bras, so I use those smooth waterproof band-aids to cover them under fabrics because it fucks me up to have my shirts tease me in public. That's hot. Hell yeah. Tits. Putting feet/legs on my lap. IDK if this is weird, but I just like it. Like when we're in the car/on the couch, and she kicks her feet up on me, it's hot. I hope she's not the one driving. Jesus take the wheel. Wet floor signs. Especially a nice stack of them. Pavloved myself by making rule 34. Close bracket. Congratulations on your thread, Victor. No one needs to post anymore. I didn't need to know who claimed the title. But here we are. Here I am. And here we are. r/askreddit wins. r/subsifalpha. https://www. reddit.com/r/subsifalpha/s/1nm. Listening to my wife speak about her college courses or her job with such passion and vibrancy excites me on a molecular level. Passion in interests or hobbies is attractive both platonically and romantically. Weirdly, my partner's sweat when he's been working out or doing hard labor. There is definitely something to pheromones. I've had partners where I felt the same and some I absolutely did not. I had a friend in high school who insisted on her football player BF skipping the showers and meeting her in the back of her car because she wanted him sweaty when they fucked. She explained it to me a million different ways, but it still sounded nasty. The smell of rubbing alcohol. I have no clue why. So interesting, haha. Very weird. In the Lego Jurassic Park video game, when Ellie Sattler hits something she does a grunt. Weird, but I like it very much. Similarly, this https://youtube b/ht2takluk0e surprisingly does something for me. Wait till you hear this. https://youtube b/backer4ql5le si equals a wxyfngfzhuewt7g. I like it when someone taller than me is standing close to me while we talk. Something about looking up at them makes my knees go weak. Something about looking up at them makes my knees go weak. It could be your neck and spine overexerting. A smirk and holding eye contact. At least that used to work 10/10 times for a specific ex. When men I'm attracted to call me by my full first name. I don't know why. It just does. I like that too. It makes me go all submissive and jelly on him, which always leads to erotic sensual sex. Yes. I don't know why I couldn't find the right word, but submissive is it. Thank you lol. The morning look of a woman whose hair looks like it lost in a fight against a thorn bush. I tell my wife I find her most beautiful in the morning with all the bedhead. I was always told I was a liar. My last ex had this thick black hair that did things to me when it was messy in the morning. Same. She doesn't get it lol. This obviously wouldn't be weird for most people, but I think me being a lesbian makes a lot of people find it a bit bizarre that I have a really big cum kink. How is this gonna work? Well, I don't have any attraction to men themselves. It's just that I absolutely love the sight of cum shooting out, the taste of it, the feel of it on me, etc. So usually I just satisfy that with porn and fantasies. But I've indulged Iral very occasionally. Never anything serious. Mainly just through hookups where I, pretend to be into the rest of it so that he gets to the end and the fun parts for me as fast as possible. RIP your DMs. Waiting for the Tifu next. My partner using long words. You should date Germans. Langwiter Herreragungsstand. An old BF of mine used to blow air on my neck every time when we started foreplaying. He did for so long that now I get turned on by the wind. MF trained me like Pavlov FFS. Is this why you do OnlyFans? The way this made me cackle lol. I think my kink is weird because it's not really something I can or have talked about with anyone. Maybe it's more common than I know. During foreplay I really like to give a woman oral sex generously through her panties, from the front and the back. To me it's like eating the icing off the cake before you completely indulge. It's like the most amazing tease. Almost a disappointment if she is going commando or just drops her drawers a little too quickly. Oh yeah, this get them every time. I said let me eat you through them panties. IDK where I developed this kink. But there's just no stopping it lol. Mine started in my teenage years. Hunching around teasing each other tryna be grown. Man what a time. Giving into the person I hate the most and letting them humiliate me. It's like letting the absolute worst case scenario happen. Humiliation kink with a mild masochistic streak. It's surprisingly common. It's also how I ended up my middle school bully in high school. Yeah. I used to be oddly infatuated with my bully for the same reason. When my husband is being an extra awesome dad, I have zero desire to have kids, and still the sight of my boyfriend holding my 2-year niece in the air and flying her around like she's Superman, or just carrying her when she falls asleep, makes my F over as ache. I don't know why. If any turn on has an obvious reason, it's this. Pretty much evolution. When a guy explains something technical with a cocky confidence. There is one person here on Reddit who does that on the WordPress sub, and I read his comments just for that. Very hot. I'm dating a very intelligent man who I could literally listen to him talk about things he's passionate about all day. It's incredible attractive how he will slow down, show me things and check in to make sure I understand him. He also needs to understand that us understanding is not the priority here. Once a guy was explaining to me a software I was using for quite some time, but I didn't tell him that. Is this like sexy mansplaining? In my opinion, mansplaining is condescending. Like explaining it to me because I'm a girl and I must be dumb. in this case, is genuinely sharing things you're passionate about with your partner. Sexy. Men that back into a driveway/parking space. Does it kill the kink when cars have that reverse radar screen? Asking for a friend. If they ignore the screen, it's fine. A woman with a ponytail pulled through the back of a baseball cap. Sexier than lingerie to me. Yeah, something about women when they wear baseball caps gets me too. When my partner calls me by my name. You don't realize how often you call one another by your own names. Especially if you're really close physically. If I call my wife by her first name, she gets so mad at me. Same lol. Even while having sex she looks at me, TF did you just say to me? He does this thing where he almost kisses me, just brushes his lips up against mine, and then pulls away. Sexually frustrates me to the core. I love doing that. Too bad I'm single now, I miss it. Teasing is the best. I wish more people were into it.